Hello, I'm Janae Tibshirani with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This is where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, European markets have rallied, while the euro's dropped to a 7-month low as talk of aggressive stimulus from the European Central Bank gains ground. Bank officials are considering staggering charges on banks hoarding cash and buying more debt. This is fueling talk the ECB is getting ready to take forceful measures to lift inflation and economic growth when it meets next week. New capital expenditure in Australia has plunged by 20% over the year to September, its largest drop on record. Mining investment slid 30% year on year, while other investment fell by 5%, a sign the economy is struggling to transition to non-mining investment. Staying in Australia, Fitch Ratings forecasts iron ore prices are likely to remain muted throughout next year. Affirming the ratings on Australia's Fortescue Metals Group, it expects prices to average around $50 a tonne. Iron ore prices sank to their lowest levels in at least 6 years on Tuesday, amid speculation mills in China are cutting back steel output, hurting demand for the raw material. Fitch says global demand for iron ore has been weaker than anticipated, while supply hasn't slowed as much as expected given the price slump. The Japanese Prime Minister is pledging to raise the minimum wage and increase spending on social programs to jumpstart the flagging economy. The government's committing to giving cash handouts to the elderly poor and building child and elder care facilities to help people enter and stay in the workforce as a part of a stimulus package expected to cost at least 37 billion New Zealand dollars. It's aiming to expand the economy, which has slipped into recession twice in 2 years, by 20% in the next 5 years. In New York, the US Treasury 10-year yield benchmark remains at 2.23%. The US benchmark oil price remains just under $43 a barrel, while the Brent benchmark is just under $46 a barrel. The gold price is at $1,071 an ounce. The New Zealand dollar also remains fairly unchanged from yesterday at 65.7 US cents. It's risen slightly to 90.9 Australian cents and 62.0 euro cents. The TWI has stayed at 71.4. I'm Janae Tibshirani, and that was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.